Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're taking a look at 10 exploits that could help you beat some PS2 titles with very little effort, or just let you unlock some cool secrets.
After 10 years of suffering, 10 years of endless nightmares, it would finally come to an end.
Before we begin, we publish new videos all week long, so be sure to subscribe to MojoPlays and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy. The first Jak and Daxter was among the toughest of the PS2 games, at least when it came to achieving that full completion and finding every energy cell and precursor orb. But one of the most arduous portions of the game is the level before the final battle with Gol and Maya. What if we told you there was a way to skip straight to the fight? As soon as the cutscene ends, pause as soon as possible, then save and quit. Start the game with your save file, and you'll wind up at the start of the final boss fight. Caveat emptor, because if you wind up going to retrieve any power cells after the fight, your game will lock up after collecting one, and you will have to reset your console every single time. Jak 2. Don't worry, this list isn't filled to the brim with Jak and Daxter exploits. However, Jak 2 has a means of making traversal more manageable. How many wrecks have we caused trying to get around New Haven? Well, too many, but one glitch can turn the city into a ghost town. Use a zoomer to get to Mars' tomb. If you maneuver along the left of the entrance, you'll reach a point where the game registers that you are outside of the city. Climb back down and back inside, and the game will fail to spawn in citizens, guards, and zoomers. Other objects in the environment may fail to load in as well, but hey, at least you can carry on in your own Twilight Zone-like fantasy. Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2. Back in the PS2 days, many RPGs had cheats where you could start games with high-level characters. As for Dark Alliance 2, there was a quick and easy exploit you could do, and yes, you can even do it in the remasters made for modern hardware. Simply drop the item you want to duplicate on the ground, save your game, then import your character into the world through the Change Players menu. You should load back in with your inventory unaltered, but the dropped item still intact. Congratulations, you have now broken the economy. Go nuts. Thunderstrike, Operation Phoenix.
You may have thought the situation was under control. Make no mistake about it, it is not.
Now this one is more of a cheat than an exploit, but because of the unorthodox nature of the cheat, we're willing to make an exception here. Normally, cheat codes require inputs be made in a menu, usually the main menu, a character select screen, or the pause menu. But Thunderstrike hides a cheat to unlock all missions through specific settings in the options menu. First, mute all sound effects and music, then go to your vibration settings and set that to 0. And finally, press L1, L2, R1, R2, circle, and square. It's a lot of super specific steps just to access every mission in the game. Dead or Alive 2 Hardcore. In order to unlock additional costumes for the dudes and dudettes of Dead or Alive 2 Hardcore, you have to commit to a serious grind.
How dare you, swindler! Get ready, fight!
A lot of your time will be spent alternating between playing and replaying story mode and trying to grind for score and items in survival mode. There is a method to potentially get costumes quicker, but it requires some tedious gameplay. Start up survival mode, and while you're in the middle of your first fight, eject the disc from the PS2. The game will still be playable, but when you KO your opponent, the game can't spawn in a new one. The disc is gone, so there's no data to read. However, you can keep beating on your downed opponent and grabbing items from their carcass. Yes, you do look like a psychopath, but at least you're getting all the outfits quicker.
Winner! Sorry, are you okay?
Monster Rancher 4. Tecmo wasn't done making us mess with discs. Monster Rancher 4 had a rather unconventional way of letting players obtain specific monsters they want via the shrine. Whether you inserted another game, a DVD movie, or a music CD, there was a good chance you could earn yourself a good monster. Every monster had their own piece of entertainment assigned to them. For example, inserting the Eminem Show album would net you Gadgeter G. Inserting Shrek on DVD would get you Pandibaku. A disc from the Powerpuff Girls movie or The Simpsons The Complete First Season would get you Comedy Koro. Did they all make sense? Not exactly. It was such a bizarre feature, but neat in how it rewarded you for simply exploring other mediums of entertainment, or just pilfering mom and dad's collection of stuff. Growlancer Generations.
Did you fare well on the written exam?
I did all right.
Did any of you play Growlancer Generations? Probably not, as it was the most niche of niche JRPGs at the time. On top of that, Atlas wasn't as big as it is now, but Growlancer Generations holds a rather cool secret that can allow you to cast spells at their highest potential a bit more frequently. Plugging in a dance pad controller into the PS2 would trigger a new mechanic for you during combat. When a party member casts a spell, arrows will begin to display like in Dance Dance Revolution. The spell's effectiveness and power will be determined by how well you hit the right inputs on the dance pad. If you rocked at DDR, well, you just bought yourself a ticket to inflicting maximum damage every time in Growlancer Generations.
You are on your way to becoming one of us now. Take pride in your accomplishment, for few achieve this in a lifetime.
Sly 2 Band of Thieves. Let's reel things back to something a lot smaller. Currency. In Sly 2, it can get annoying and boring to wander around pickpocketing random guards just to get one new move. Well, if you want something a bit more controlled, the Mission RC Combat Club has the perfect money farm for you. One segment will put you in a room of 3 guards. 2 of them will have loot to steal rather than just pocket money. Rob all 3 of them blind, then get yourself caught. The room will reset, all 3 guards will have loot to steal again, but this time, your pockets are loaded up as if you already stole their goods. Now rinse and repeat as often as you like.
Hey fellas, any of you guys think you can beat the moose? Maybe put a bet on it.
NBA Shootout 2004. Now, this exploit isn't anything to do with actually cheating the game, but rather a means to possibly psych out your friends. Imagine this, you and your friend are going head to head in a simple game of basketball, right? While your opponent is at the free throw line, try wiggling your analog stick in any direction just as they're about to shoot. Doing this will cause their controller to vibrate. Yes, it is a total douche move, and can potentially cause them to miss their shot. But go ahead, see how long it takes for them to notice something's up. God of War.
After 10 years of suffering, 10 years of endless nightmares, it would finally come to an end.
We won't lie, the first God of War is a tough game, still one of the hardest games Sony has put out. But if you don't want to deal with the Tower of Blades or the Sirens and Satyrs again, and just want all the post-game goodies, there is an unlock everything cheat. Plug in a second controller while at the main menu and press L3, R2, L2, R2, R1, L2, R1, L1, R2, triangle, R2, triangle. Entering this will unlock everything in the game, and we mean everything. All the hidden cutscenes, all of the costumes, the secret messages, literally everything. But real badasses, like myself, we suffer through Challenge of the Gods, rather than resort to overly complicated codes.
We request one final task of you, Kratos. Your greatest challenge awaits.
Have you tried any of these exploits for yourself? Let us know down in the comments, and be sure to subscribe to MojoPlays for more great videos every day.